Communication skills. What is communication? Now, the word communication is derived from the Latin word communis, which means common. When we communicate with someone, we try to create commonness with the other person regarding thoughts, ideas, and feelings. That is, we try to arrive at a common ground. Now, the activity or process of expressing ideas and feelings or of giving people information. The transfer of meaningful words from one place to another, according to Dennis McQuill. Now, the 4 communication skills of any language are listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and writing skills. Now, and in order to be a good speaker of any language, you should be competent in all these 4 areas. Listening and reading are called the passive skills, while speaking and writing are called the active skills. In modern linguistics, experts have pointed out 5 major areas of language: phonetics, which is concerned with the production of sounds; phonology, which is the arrangement of sounds into words. Now, phonology is language specific. That means we study the phonology of any specific language, for example, studying the phonology of English. Morphology is the study of the structure of words, and syntax is the arrangement of words into different sentences, and semantics is the area of language that deals with the study of the meanings. Now, the communication process consists of a number of elements or stages, which is this: number 1, the sender, which is also called the source, sends a message by encoding it to the receiver via a channel, and the message is then decoded by the receiver. Throughout this process, there is an element or a chance of noise, and also the potential for feedback. The communication process is initiated due to a purpose in the mind of the sender, and this purpose could be to give information, exchange thoughts, or to express emotion. The sender, which is also called the source, is the first stage of the communication process. It can be an individual or an organization. The message is actually what is the goal or purpose of communication. It is originally in the mind of the person, which is then encoded in some tangible form. Encoding is, again, you put your message in something that can be perceived by the receiver. It could be, you could use words in either spoken or written form, or you could also convey your thoughts in the form of paintings also, or gestures as well, which is also called non-verbal communication. Now, your message has to be conveyed to the receiver via a certain channel or a media. Now, you, according to the nature of the message, you choose the channel or the media that you're going to adopt. Now, if you have a public service message, for example, you want to aware the public about some aspects of corona, then you should go for a channel of mass communication, that is the mass media, so that you can reach as many people as is possible. Then once your message reaches the receiver through a channel, it is decoded and then understood by the receiver. For example, if you are sending a message in English language, then the receiver should also be able to understand the English language in order to decode it. Otherwise, he or she will not be able to understand the message. The receiver is the last stage of the communication process, and the intent of sending the message is to create a favorable response or change in behavior of the receiver. Communication scholars always are receptive to response and feedback. Feedback can be positive as well, it can be negative as well. For example, when you are watching any video on YouTube and you click like, that means that is a positive feedback. And in the light of the feedback, communication scholars are always eager to modify their message so that they can make it as effective as is possible. Again, noise is any obstruction or disturbance in the message. For example, If you are delivering a lecture in a hall and there's some construction work going on and the noise is coming, people will not be able to hear what you are saying clearly. So that noise created by the construction will be called as noise. Now I want to give you an assignment on the 7 C's of communication, and I want you to give 2 examples for every principle. Now the 7 C's of communication are: number 1, completeness, conciseness, consideration, concreteness, clearness, courteousness, and correctness. Consideration is you focus on you instead of I or we, show audience benefit or interest in the receiver, emphasize positive, pleasant effects. Correctness means use specific facts and figures, put action in your words, and choose vivid image building words that are clear, that do not create ambiguity, but rather a very clear and clear picture of what you are saying. Clarity means use precise, concrete, and familiar words, construct effective sentences and paragraphs. Courtesy means be sincerely tactful, thoughtful, and appreciative. Use expressions that show respect. Choose non-discriminatory expressions. When you are addressing the audience, when you are expressing something, do not use words that can come into the category of being discriminatory, or which is called as word calling. Now the last C is correctness. That means use the right level of language. You should, if you are talking with children, you should use the appropriate language. When you are talking to adults, use the appropriate language. Check accuracy of figures, facts, and figures, and maintain acceptable writing mechanics. That means if you're writing, your writing should be clear and legible. Now your assignment should be 6 to 7 pages long, 14 points, any font of your own choice, in typed form. Please and send it to my email address lecturermissaisha11@gmail.com. Please remember to add your name on the title page. Assignment will be marked out of 20 and your deadline is 8th April 2020. So good luck, girls. If you have any query regarding the assignment or any of the things discussed, you're most welcome to call me on WhatsApp. I'll be available to answer all your queries. Thank you.